Welcome to Shaunie's World. These are just my thoughts with a comedic side of humor. But if you're cool with your girl, go fool with your girl. Appreciate you for dropping by.
Disclaimer. This is a story that took place in Atlanta. That's where he stayed. March. Drama was my guy, but this happened in Georgia, Atlanta. And there is a top veneer specialist that finally got popped. There was a raid that took place, and in that raid, they collected so much information that he was identifying himself as a dentist. Baby, when they popped that raid, they found out that he was not. And baby, they locked him up. He's locked up. Now, he answers to the name of Brandon Dillard. I remember talking about him a while ago, but now, at that time, everything was speculated because he had a lot of good reviews. But now they did the pop, they did the research, and it stuck. This is the final answer. Now, he had a company called A List Smiles, and it was an allegation floating that he offered illegal veneers and illegal veneer services without possessing a dental license. See, a lot of times people can have skills up to a certain amount of hours that they collect doing their residency or doing their internship and externship, but to be a board certified, you will have to go take the state exam. So technically, he might be really good with teeth and gums and things of that nature. But when it comes to working in people's mouths with a license backed up by the state, that he is not. They said that Dillard is not a dentist. He's never been a dentist. And as much as he may want to play one on Instagram, he's not one. And that came from the Fulton County Deputy District Attorney, Will Wooten. That reminds me of that young guy that he was like 18 and he had opened his own little medical practice, but in his mind he felt like he was all these Jackson trades and stuff, and he was just very smart but doing dumb stuff with his smartness. He had a Jaguar. He was putting Jaguars in people's name. Like I said, he had a whole medical office. He had patients that paid money regularly. It was crazy, and he did that at like 17. So now that he's like 20 something, he's still doing ratchet stuff. That's what this reminds me of. Now, they said that the company had 157,000 followers on Instagram, and they've been in operation since 2021. So pre-COVID, well, a little bit after COVID. But the criminal arrest warrant for Mr. Dillard says that he's not a licensed dentist, and he's been doing those illegal procedures. Now, they said only a licensed dentist can legally perform the veneer procedures Dillard had been offering in Georgia. And they said, based off of his social media pages, that patients were happy and they were promoting the deals that they got when he worked on their mouth, and they got raffle tickets and contests and things of that nature, and they would be awarded $5,500 in value of a veneer process. They said, if you went to this and you thought it was a dental office, you looked at the equipment, it appears to be legitimate, but that's what the best fraudsters do, is they do everything they can to make themselves look legitimate. And in this case, this is an illegitimate operation. The problem is the consequences are damaging to someone's health. And that's what's scary, because there are a lot of people that once this arrest happened, they kind of hopped in the comments, and there were professionals that were dentists saying that if you guys got that type of work done, even before he started, it looked like you had gum disease. It looked like you didn't have a real deep cleaning on your gums, and it looks like you had bacteria buildup and things like that. And they were saying if you didn't get that fixed before he put them veneers on, you could be at risk to have a heart attack. And I was like, woo, because all of this connected. I don't know what he did. I didn't see any of his things at that time. Like I said, I heard about it, but I didn't go dig deep. But everybody's into the veneer improvement right now. If you're not into the veneer, you're into the implant. All I'm going to tell you, like I always tell you, do what you want to do. But when you finally get that consultation, run that federal ID number information, run the name of their company, check the insurance for their company, and then check the board to make sure they're certified. All of this is public information. So the fact that people are trusting people that's not really professionals to go inside their mouth near veins and blood, near with your blood, and y'all cutting corners and almost cutting your life short. Then they said allegedly he was holding training sections to teach people across the country how to do veneers. He was charging $6,000 for that. Man, this man, they say if you tell somebody the sky purple and it's convincing, they'll believe you. They said, you want to be a veneer specialist, pay 6 G's and I got you. They said that there's no such thing legally as a veneer specialist or a veneer technician. They just made up some things. Okay. At the end of the day, you really have to ask more questions. Everything ain't what it seems, you know. And people are trying to save money, so going to a real dentist is expensive. That's why I'm telling y'all, make it make sense. Before you even put your $6,000 down, when you do a comparison versus this company, go to the higher end dentist, go to the mid-range, and go to a low end. Then, of course, the health department, and then go to this person that you've seen on social media. There's no way on earth that if you went to go get a tooth replaced, a bridge, or anything, a root canal, the first tooth is about $1,200 by itself, y'all. And then they'll do the reconstruction, and baby, you're looking at sometimes $3 or $4 grand, and then your insurance may cut a deal with you because certain things are kind of written off. But you're paying $6,000 for one-time veneers when at a regular office veneers are almost 18 to 20 something thousand. You can't be assuming that that's a good deal and it's that much discount. I understand $2 or $3 grand cheaper, but almost drastically different. No, you got to go do some board certified research. The same way y'all be looking up pornos, you should go be that adamant when you go look up whoever you're allowing to come into your personal space and say their profession. Be able to look up and see their licensings and see if they kept up on their, credentials over the 2-3 years, recertified, and who referred them, like what doctor practice they went to get their education. Because y'all can let people close to nerve endings. Like, you don't understand how crippling it could be to your nerves when they're irritated. Y'all don't know what that man put in your mouth. And there are a few people that was like, I got my teeth in less than a month. I had to go get paid way more to get them out. There was other people talking about they had headaches. They couldn't, when they put their teeth together, it was uneven. When they chewed, it was a gap in between. It's just, and I'm not saying all of those were from his office. I'm just telling you the horror stories I've heard about veneers overall when you cut the corner and go to the cheapest bidder. I'm just happy that everybody survived your procedure. I'm sad that a lot of these people are going to have long-term effects and damages, and that can't be repaired because I'm sure you shaved their teeth down and put them teeth on. Hopefully I'll find some celebrity photos so y'all can see who let them, let work on his mouth. But baby, I'm not gonna play with my mouth. I'm so blessed to have insurance. And then now, since y'all are all trying to equally sue him, if he wasn't a dentist in real life, he probably doesn't have coverage to cover the damage he did to you. So it sounds like y'all gonna be in a long line of restitution, waiting and hoping and wishing. But he should have it, because if he was doing veneer specialist and technician classes, if he saved his money up, he should have some backed up money, But y'all gotta stop rushing the process and do your research. Y'all are just as bad as him, trusting him and not doing your research and letting him go in your mouth just because you saw him on social media. Everything on social media doesn't make people a professional. People have just been consistent that they told themselves they're a professional, but baby, we need you to back that up with some type of master's, doctorate, or something to that nature. If you're going to be operating as a specialist or, a master dentistry person, we need you to be for real. We need to see your plaque when we walk in the door. We need to be able to see the seal on that plaque when we walk through the door. We shouldn't see a raid happen and you got 16 boxes stacked up and it's all fake. To the people that was his patient, I hope your mouth is okay, because it feel good today, but over the span of time, the teeth that he had underneath them veneers are going to go bad, and then you're really going to be dealing with life then. But that's your mouth, that's your business. But baby, I am just the messenger. It's your girl, Shaunie B. If you're cool with your girl, go food with your girl. Make sure you check out my lovely website. Yes! www.ShaunieBentertainment.com. Check out the fan gear. Option to drop donations. No pressure to do either of the two because I do see the likes, the shares, the comments. Mean the world to me. So I always want to tell you thank you from my lips to your ears. Man, hop in the comments. Like I said, this is just an example, again, of a scenario where something was trending. People said, well, I see a lot of reviews. Everybody look happy. I'm going to go with this person. Then found out due to, irritations or headaches or whatever, stress on their jawlines, they were like, man, I shouldn't have did this. But that one review is unseen because there's several 100,000 saying yes, yes, yes. We've seen this done with, especially Ozempic. They had a markup pen that wasn't Ozempic, and people were selling it, and folks was dying and getting sick from it. Like, everything that's trending doesn't mean you have to do it right away and do it with whoever's the lowest and cheapest. Make sure if you do go, that person's board certified. That person's legit. Not based off of social media. Like, sometimes people buy robots as fan base and they don't have that many followers. But that's what's wrong with the world. They assume just because you got a lot of followers that your work is legit or your craft is legit. And sometimes them followers don't even be real. But my followers real. And I appreciate all 5,500 of y'all. Thank y'all. But y'all be mindful of what you do to your body, because over a span of time, your body is going to deteriorate, and that's the first thing that's going to start breaking down and hurting, is that thing that you skipped and paid low prices. So good luck. But until next time, y'all, next story, and I'm out this. Peace.